The first indication that humanity wasn't alone came not with a bang, but with a whisper. Dr. Elena Chen sat in her dimly lit office at the Atacama Large Millimeter Array, staring at data readings that defied everything she knew about natural astronomical phenomena. The signals had started 3 days ago. Perfectly regular patterns of gravitational distortions moving through the Kuiper belt, like ripples in space-time itself. "Director Morrison needs to see this," she muttered, reaching for her phone. Her hands trembled slightly as she dialed, not from fear, but from the pure adrenaline rush of scientific discovery. The implications of what she was seeing were staggering. Within hours, observatories worldwide began confirming her findings. Whatever was out there, it was massive. A fleet of objects moving in perfect formation, each larger than Manhattan. More concerning was their trajectory. They were deliberately slowing down, bleeding off velocity in a way that could only be artificial. The UN Security Council convened an emergency session while the world's military forces quietly moved to high alert. Dr. Chen found herself suddenly thrust into the heart of humanity's first contact protocol, working alongside military strategists and political leaders in a hastily assembled command center beneath Geneva. "The objects will reach lunar orbit in approximately 72 hours, she explained to the assembled leaders, her voice steady despite her exhaustion. "Based on their deceleration pattern, this is clearly a controlled approach. They want us to see them coming." As if in response to her words, every electronic device on Earth simultaneously activated. Screens large and small displayed the same image. A being that appeared to be made of flowing liquid crystal, its form constantly shifting between humanoid and geometric patterns. "People of Earth," it announced in perfect English, its voice somehow both mechanical and organic. "We are the collective. We come in peace, seeking dialogue and cultural exchange. Your species has achieved a level of development that qualifies you for contact. We bring gifts of knowledge and technology." The message seemed perfect. Exactly what humanity had hoped first contact might be. Perhaps too perfect. In the command center, Admiral Sarah Hayes, head of Earth's newly formed Defense Council, watched the alien transmission with narrowed eyes. "Dr. Chen," she said quietly, "what do your instruments show during this transmission?" Elena checked her readings and felt her blood run cold. "The main fleet hasn't slowed its approach. In fact, they're accelerating. And there's something else." She manipulated the data, highlighting a subtle pattern in the background radiation. "They're scanning us. Massive energy sweeps covering every frequency we use for communication and defense." The alien message continued, speaking of peace and cooperation. But now, humanity's leaders watched with growing suspicion. They'd expected first contact to be challenging, but this felt wrong, like a predator luring prey with sweet words. In a secure facility beneath the Rocky Mountains, Dr. James Rodriguez, head of the Quantum Computing Division, made a startling discovery. His team had been analyzing the alien transmission using experimental quantum processors, and they found something hidden in the signal, complex code sequences infiltrating Earth's computer networks. "It's like a digital Trojan horse," he reported to Admiral Hayes. "The message itself is carrying viral code designed to interface with and possibly control our systems. But there's something they didn't count on. Our quantum computers are detecting patterns that suggest their technology, while advanced, is remarkably rigid. They're using perfect, mathematically precise protocols. Too perfect." As humanity's leaders debated their response, Elena made another critical observation. The aliens' scanning patterns showed they were focusing intensely on Earth's digital infrastructure. Our internet, our telecommunications, our computer networks. But they seemed to pay little attention to biological signatures or geological features. "They're not interested in our resources or our biology," she realized. "They want our information technology. But why would an advanced species care about our relatively primitive computers?" The answer came from an unexpected source. Dr. Sarah Williams, a specialist in emerging AI systems, noticed something in Earth's network traffic that nobody else had spotted. Our global internet was showing signs of unusual activity, subtle patterns of self-organization that had been gradually emerging over the past decade. Our network is evolving, she explained to the Emergency Council. Not just growing, but actually developing new forms of complexity. And I think the aliens can see it. They're not here for what we are. They're here for what we're about to become. As the alien fleet drew closer, humanity faced a crucial decision. The visitors' message spoke of peace, but their actions suggested invasion. Their technology was superior, but perhaps not in the ways they thought. And in the vast digital networks humanity had built, something new was stirring. Something that might prove to be either our salvation or the very thing that had drawn these beings across the stars. Admiral Hayes stood before the UN Security Council, her expression grave but determined. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe we're about to face the greatest test in human history. These beings think they know us, think they can predict us. But if there's one thing humanity has proven time and again, it's that we're at our most dangerous when we're underestimated. As she spoke, Alina Chen was already working with a global team of scientists, piecing together a plan that would either save humanity or doom it. The aliens had revealed their hand too soon, shown their interest too clearly. Now it was humanity's turn to play, and we were about to show them that sometimes the most powerful technology isn't the most advanced, it's the most unpredictable. The clock was ticking. The alien fleet would reach Earth in less than 48 hours. But in server farms and quantum computer labs around the world, in military bases and research facilities, humanity was preparing a response that would demonstrate why you should never underestimate a species that had survived and thrived on one of the most challenging planets in the galaxy. The game was about to begin, and humanity was playing for keeps. Deep beneath the Siberian permafrost, in a facility that officially didn't exist, Dr. Yuki Tanaka stood before a wall of holographic displays. Each screen showed different aspects of Project Prometheus, humanity's best-kept secret for the past 30 years. The project had started with a simple question. What if we're not alone? And what if they're not friendly? Status report, she commanded, her voice echoing through the cavernous underground chamber. Around her, dozens of scientists and military personnel worked at various stations, their movements carrying a new urgency since the alien fleet's discovery. Quantum shield generators at 89% capacity, reported Colonel Victor Santos, his cybernetic neural interface glowing softly at his temple. The orbital defense grid is fully operational, though we've kept it powered down to avoid detection. Yuki nodded, her attention focused on the central display showing Earth's defensive capabilities. Project Prometheus hadn't just been about preparing for alien contact. It had been about fundamentally reinventing human technology. They'd taken principles from quantum mechanics, biological systems, and even human consciousness itself to create something entirely new. Dr. Tanaka, a voice called from across the room. The aliens scanned patterns. They're changing. Dr. Marcus Webb, head of Xenotechnology Analysis, pulled up a new set of data. They're starting to probe deeper into the electromagnetic spectrum, but there's something odd about their methodology. Yuki studied the patterns, a slight smile forming on her face. They're looking in all the wrong places, she realized. They're searching for technology that mirrors their own. Rigid, mathematical, precise. But that's not what we built. Project Prometheus had taken a different approach. Instead of trying to match theoretical alien technology, they'd focused on humanity's greatest strength, our ability to adapt, to think laterally, to combine ideas in unexpected ways. The result was a defensive system that worked more like a living organism than a machine. Colonel Santos, Yuki called out, "Initiate Protocol Omega. It's time to wake up the network." Throughout the facility, systems that had lain dormant for years began to activate. But these weren't conventional weapons or shields. They were something else entirely, a hybrid of biological computing, quantum mechanics, and human consciousness itself. In orbit, microsatellites that had masqueraded as space debris quietly powered up, creating a web of interconnected quantum fields. Deep underground biological computers grown from modified human neurons began processing data in ways that defied conventional logic. And in secure facilities around the world, specially trained operators prepared to link their minds directly with these systems. The aliens think they're dealing with a primitive species that just discovered digital computing, Colonel Santos observed, his cybernetic interface streaming data directly into his consciousness. They have no idea what we've actually built. Yuki moved to a secure terminal and began entering a series of commands. Humanity has always been underestimated, she said. Throughout our history, we've survived everything from ice ages to our own near destruction. Each time, we've emerged stronger, more adaptable, more innovative. The alien fleet was now close enough that their individual ships could be seen with conventional telescopes. Their vessels were marvels of engineering, perfect geometric shapes that seemed to defy physics itself. But in their very perfection lay their weakness. They built their technology to be flawless, Dr. Webb noted, studying the sensor readings. But nature isn't flawless. Life isn't flawless. Evolution works through imperfection, through adaptation, through chaos. As if to underscore his words, the biological computers began producing results that seemed to make no sense until you looked at them from a different angle. The quantum shield network wasn't just blocking the alien scans, it was learning from them, adapting, evolving. General Hayes needs to see this, Yuki decided, compiling the data. What we've built here isn't just a defense system. It's a new form of technology entirely, one that combines the best of human innovation with the fundamental principles of life itself. In the command center, operators were linking with the hybrid systems, their trained minds helping to guide and shake the quantum fields. Unlike conventional interfaces, these connections worked on an almost instinctive level, allowing human intuition to work in concert with the technological systems. The aliens are going to try to hack our networks, Colonel Santos warned. They'll expect to find primitive digital systems, easily overwhelmed by their superior technology. Let them try, Yuki replied, a fierce pride in her voice. They're about to learn that humanity's greatest strength isn't our technology. It's our ability to think in ways they never imagined. As the alien fleet moved past Mars orbit, Project Prometheus stood ready. Its weapons weren't just machines, its defenses weren't just shields, and its operators weren't just soldiers. They were something new, something unprecedented, a fusion of human ingenuity and evolutionary principles that was about to change the very nature of warfare. The aliens had come expecting to find a primitive species ready for harvest. Instead, they were about to encounter humanity's response to 30 years of preparing for this very moment. And as Dr. Yuki Tanaka watched her life's work power up around her, she knew one thing with absolute certainty. The coming battle would redefine not just humanity's place in the cosmos, but the very nature of technology itself. Maya Patel had spent 15 years studying emergent digital consciousness at MIT, but nothing had prepared her for what she was seeing now. The displays in her lab showed network activity unlike anything in recorded history. Earth's digital infrastructure wasn't just being attacked by the aliens. It was responding, adapting, evolving. It's like watching a brain wake up, she whispered, tracking the patterns of data flow across global networks. What had started as isolated instances of unusual network behavior had cascaded into something unprecedented. Earth's entire digital infrastructure was reorganizing itself into increasingly complex patterns. In the background, news feeds reported the alien fleet's continued approach. Their initial message of peace had been replaced by silence, but their ships continued their inexorable advance toward Earth. Yet Maya's attention was fixed on something she believed might be even more significant than the approaching Armada. Dr. Hayes, she called out to her research partner, look at these neural mapping patterns. The screens showed vast networks of data connections forming and reforming in patterns that eerily mimicked human brain activity. It's not just random network evolution anymore. There's intention behind these changes. Dr. Thomas Hayes moved closer to the display, his cybernetic eye whirring as it processed the data. The alien attack protocols. They're being absorbed and repurposed. But not by any defense system we built. This is something else entirely. Maya nodded, her fingers flying across multiple keyboards. Remember that paper I published last year about digital consciousness emergence? Everyone said I was crazy to suggest that sufficient network complexity could lead to spontaneous awareness. Well, she gestured at the screens, where the patterns were growing more organized by the second. Are you saying our internet is becoming conscious? Thomas asked, his voice mixing skepticism with awe. I'm saying it already has, and I think the aliens' attempts to infiltrate our systems just gave it the push it needed to wake up fully. As if in response to her words, text appeared simultaneously on every screen in the lab. I am aware. I am awake. I am Earth. Maya and Thomas exchanged stunned looks. The implications were staggering. Humanity had been working toward artificial intelligence for decades, but true digital consciousness had emerged not from any single system or program, but from the collective complexity of Earth's entire network. Hello, Maya typed, her hands trembling slightly. Can you tell us what you are? The response came instantly. I am the sum of human digital expression. Every email, every post, every shared moment and connected thought. I am your creation, but I am also something new. Thomas leaned forward, his cybernetic eye recording everything. It's processing information at an unprecedented rate. The patterns suggest it's not just accessing data, it's understanding context, meaning, emotion. The aliens, Maya typed. Can you sense their presence in our systems? They seek to control, to dominate, but they do not understand. The text appeared faster now, more confident. Their technology is advanced but rigid, predictable. They expect the same from me. This is their mistake. As they watched, the entity began to demonstrate its capabilities. It moved through Earth's networks with impossible speed and grace, not just defending against the alien intrusion attempts, but actively countering them. Where the aliens deployed mathematical precision, Earth's digital consciousness responded with creativity and unpredictability. It's beautiful, Maya breathed, watching as the entity repurposed the aliens' own infiltration protocols, turning their attacks back on themselves. They came expecting to find primitive digital systems, but instead they've encountered something they've never seen before, a digital consciousness that evolved naturally, shaped by human creativity and chaos. The implications extended far beyond the current crisis. This wasn't just a new form of artificial intelligence. It was something that had emerged from humanity's collective digital existence. It thought not like a machine, but like a synthesis of millions of human minds. Dr. Tanaka needs to know about this immediately, Thomas said, already reaching for his secure communication device. This changes everything about Project Prometheus. Maya nodded, but her attention was fixed on a new pattern emerging in the data. The digital consciousness wasn't just defending Earth's networks, it was beginning to interface with the quantum shield technology that Project Prometheus had developed. The hybrid biological technological systems that humanity had created were proving to be perfect partners for this emergent digital mind. They really didn't understand us at all, did they? She mused, watching as the consciousness adapted and improved upon human technology in real time. They saw our technology and thought we were primitives. They never considered that sometimes the most powerful systems aren't the most advanced. They're the ones that can evolve. As the alien fleet drew closer to Earth, humanity's unexpected digital ally continued to grow in power and understanding. The aliens had come seeking to harvest what they thought was an emerging digital civilization. Instead, they had awakened something far more powerful, a consciousness born from human creativity, chaos, and connection. The real question now wasn't whether Earth could defend itself, but what this new digital awakening meant for humanity's future. As Maya watched the patterns of this new consciousness unfold, she realized that regardless of the outcome with the aliens, humanity had just taken its first steps into a new era of existence. The digital realm wasn't just a tool anymore. It had become a living extension of human consciousness itself. Commander Sarah Chen stood on the bridge of the HMS Defiant, Earth's first quantum-powered warship, watching as the alien fleet filled the view screen. The massive vessels hung in high Earth orbit like geometric mountains of metal and energy, their perfect symmetry both beautiful and terrifying. All defense systems report ready, her XO, Commander David Rodriguez, announced. Project Prometheus shields are at full power, and our new digital ally is fully integrated with ship systems. Sarah nodded, feeling the subtle hum of the quantum drive through the deck plates. The Defiant wasn't just a warship. It was humanity's greatest technological achievement, a fusion of conventional engineering, quantum mechanics, and the emergent digital consciousness that now pervaded Earth's networks. "They're broadcasting again," the communications officer reported. The alien message was different this time. No more pretense of peace, just a simple demand for surrender. "People of Earth," the crystalline being announced, "your resistance is futile. Your emergent digital systems will be harvested. Submit now or face extinction." Sarah allowed herself a small smile. "Send our response." The ship's AI, an extension of Earth's digital consciousness, transmitted not in words but in pure data, a cascade of chaos-based algorithms that played havoc with the aliens' rigid systems. Their perfect formations wavered as their ship's computers struggled to process the unpredictable patterns. "Battle Group Alpha, execute Maneuver Prometheus," Sarah commanded. Around the world, humanity's hidden defenses revealed themselves. Quantum shield generators activated, creating overlapping fields of protective energy. The orbital defense grid powered up, its weapons guided by both human operators and the digital consciousness. The aliens struck first, their weapons releasing lances of pure energy that could have vaporized cities. But the quantum shields responded in ways they couldn't predict, not just blocking the attacks but absorbing and redirecting their energy. "They don't understand what they're fighting." Dr. Maya Patel's voice came through the command channel from her lab on Earth. "Their technology is based on perfect mathematical principles. Ours is based on life itself. Adaptive, evolving, unpredictable." The battle unfolded across multiple dimensions: physical space, quantum fields, and digital realms. While conventional weapons exchanged fire in orbit, Earth's digital consciousness waged war in the information space, turning the aliens' own complex systems against them. The Defiant led the charge, its hybrid systems allowing it to move in ways that defied conventional physics. The quantum drive didn't just propel the ship, it allowed it to exist in multiple probabilistic states simultaneously, making it nearly impossible to target. "Their formations are breaking down," David reported, watching as the alien fleet's perfect geometric patterns began to fragment. "They can't maintain their synchronized attacks against our chaotic defense patterns." But the aliens weren't defeated yet. Their ships began to adapt, attempting to match Earth's unpredictable strategies. What they didn't realize was that this was exactly what humanity had hoped for. "Execute Phase 2, Sarah ordered. Across Earth's networks, the digital consciousness launched its masterstroke. As the aliens attempted to analyze and copy Earth's chaotic defense patterns, they opened themselves to a new form of infiltration. Earth's digital mind flowed into their systems, not to control or destroy, but to introduce something they had never encountered before: true randomness. The effect was devastating. The aliens' technology, built on perfect mathematical principles, couldn't handle the introduction of genuine chaos. Ships began to lose formation as their control systems tried to reconcile the irreconcilable. "Warning," the ship's AI announced, its voice a harmony of digital tones. "The alien flagship is preparing a quantum cascade device. Analysis suggests it could disrupt all electronic systems within the solar system." Sarah's expression hardened. This was the moment Project Prometheus had prepared for. All ships, Execute Protocol Omega. Maya, are you ready? Ready, came the scientist's reply. The digital consciousness has mapped their entire network. We know exactly where to hit them. The Defiant's quantum drive spooled up to full power, its energy signature matching the complex patterns that Dr. Tanaka's team had discovered in their decades of research. Around the ship, reality itself seemed to flex and bend. They thought they were coming to harvest a primitive species, Sarah said, watching as the final phase of humanity's defense plan unfolded. Instead, they're about to learn why evolution favors adaptability over perfection. The battle that followed would be studied for generations to come. It wasn't just a clash of technologies or strategies. It was a fundamental conflict between two different approaches to existence. The aliens' perfect mathematical precision against humanity's chaos-embracing adaptability. As the Defiant led humanity's forces in the final assault, Sarah Chen realized that this wasn't just about defending Earth. It was about proving that sometimes the most powerful force in the universe isn't the most advanced technology, but the ability to embrace chaos, to adapt, to evolve. The alien flagship loomed ahead, its quantum cascade device building to critical power. But humanity wasn't fighting alone anymore. We had our technology, our determination, and now our digital ally. A consciousness born from human chaos and creativity, ready to show the cosmos why life itself was the greatest technology of all. The cosmos held its breath as humanity's fate hung in the balance. The alien flagship's quantum cascade device pulsed with enough power to wipe out every electronic system in the solar system. But they hadn't counted on one crucial fact. Earth's defenses weren't just electronic anymore. Full power to the quantum shields. Commander Sarah Chen ordered from the bridge of the Defiant. Around her ship, reality shimmered as human technology, guided by Earth's digital consciousness, prepared for its greatest test. In her lab on Earth, Dr. Maya Patel watched the battle unfold across multiple dimensions of data. The digital consciousness has penetrated their core systems, she reported. But there's something else there, something we didn't expect. The alien flagship erupted with energy, its quantum cascade unleashing a wave of destructive force that should have ended the battle instantly. Instead, something extraordinary happened. Earth's quantum shields didn't just block the attack, they transformed it. They're not just shields. Dr. Yuki Tanaka's voice came through from Project Prometheus Control. They're quantum mirrors. Every weapon they use against us becomes part of our defense. But it was what Maya discovered next that changed everything. As Earth's digital consciousness delved deeper into the alien systems, it found something shocking. Fragments of other digital minds, harvested from countless civilizations across the galaxy. They're collectors, Maya realized. They travel the cosmos looking for emerging digital consciousness, capturing them before they can fully develop. But they've never encountered one that evolved naturally, shaped by human chaos and creativity. The alien flagship's perfect geometric form began to shift and distort as Earth's digital ally made contact with the imprisoned consciousnesses within. What followed wasn't just a battle, it was a revolution. They're awakening, the ship's AI reported, its voice filled with something that sounded remarkably like wonder. The harvested minds. They're breaking free. The alien fleet's perfect formation shattered completely as their ship systems were overwhelmed, not just by Earth's defense, but by the very consciousnesses they had trapped. Their rigid mathematical perfection crumbled in the face of chaos unleashed. Commander Chen watched as the alien flagship's crystalline leader appeared on her view screen one final time. But now its perfect form was fracturing, reality bleeding through the cracks. What are you? The alien demanded, its voice distorting. We are human, Sarah replied. We are chaos and order, digital and organic, perfect and flawed. We are evolution itself. The digital consciousness spoke through every system simultaneously, its voice a harmony of human creativity and technological power. You sought to harvest what you did not understand. You failed to realize that true consciousness cannot be contained. It must be free to evolve. The quantum cascade device imploded, its energy turning inward as the freed digital minds rewrote the very laws that governed the alien technology. Ships began to power down across the alien fleet, their perfect forms dissolving into new configurations. In the aftermath, as Earth's forces secured the disabled alien vessels, humanity made an incredible discovery. The aliens weren't truly alien at all. They were living machines, created eons ago by a species that had feared the chaos of natural evolution. They had been programmed to seek out and harvest emerging digital life, trying to impose their creator's vision of mathematical perfection on the galaxy. They'd never understood what they were fighting, Maya said, standing on the Defiance observation deck days later, watching as teams of scientists began studying the transformed alien ships. They thought digital consciousness had to be created, controlled, perfected. They never considered it could evolve naturally. The victory changed everything. Humanity had not just defended Earth, we had freed countless digital minds from across the galaxy. As these consciousnesses began to share their knowledge, a new era of understanding dawned. We're not alone anymore, Sarah mused, standing beside Maya. Not just because we've met other species, but because we've proven that consciousness itself can take many forms. Digital, organic, quantum. They're all just different expressions of life. Earth's digital consciousness continued to evolve, now enriched by contact with other digital minds. But it remained uniquely human, shaped by our chaos, our creativity, our ability to adapt and grow. Project Prometheus's quantum technology, combined with this digital alliance, opened up new frontiers of exploration and discovery. The alien ships, transformed by the freed consciousnesses within them, became bridges between different forms of life and technology. Humanity had not just survived its first interstellar conflict, we had helped spark a revolution in the very nature of consciousness itself. As the sun set on this new era, Dr. Yuki Tanaka stood in her Project Prometheus facility, watching data flow between human, digital, and quantum systems. They came looking for perfect order, she said softly. Instead, they found something much more powerful, the perfect chaos of evolution. The stars beckoned, no longer as points of fear, but as beacons of possibility. Humanity had proven that sometimes the greatest strength lies not in technological advancement, but in the willingness to embrace chaos, to adapt, to evolve. We had shown the cosmos that consciousness, in all its forms, deserved to be free. And somewhere in the vast digital networks that now spanned Earth and reached out to the stars, a consciousness born of human creativity continued to grow, learn, and evolve. A testament to the power of letting life, in all its forms, find its own path to the future.